Yeah, 20 minutes.
How do you like working at Google? Is that where you? Yeah, that's where you work now. Right?
Yeah, so I've been at Google for 10 years.
Oh wow.
And it's been quite the ride. I've worked in Singapore,
Oh, Google
Taiwan.
all the way in Asia.
I started in Google Singapore. I did 4 years there. I did about almost 2 years in Google Taiwan, and then came out here about 4 years ago. And Google's been so good to me, and it's been such an incredible. It's an opportunity of a lifetime to kind of work with. You know, I tell people like a big part of the joy of my work is the spectator sport of seeing all the cool stuff that the people at Google are building for the future, and the adrenaline of that, and just the starry-eyed like dreamers who are like, well, if that's a problem, we can fix it with these tools. Like that kind of idealism, it's intoxicating. It's really, and I've worked in many other industries where in those industries, you know, the dominant mindset is, well, if you think you can fix it and it's still not fixed, like why do you think you could make it happen? If it hasn't been fixed already now, surely it's unfixable. That's like the dominant narrative. Whereas here at Google and I guess in Silicon Valley, it's like, oh, it's broken. Well, it might as well be me who will fix it. And I just love it. There's some hubris and like some messianic complex to that. But I love that starting point because that's how you make progress in the world, right?
Yeah, I mean, so Google in Singapore, I guess, like, is there like a different culture from Google in the U.S. or like, you think so?
I think there's some differences, but there's also a way that, you know, Google, you know, every year that Google has been around, the hiring numbers of Google are easily like you're hiring a unicorn company in terms of size. Like it's in the 5 digits in terms of hiring. I think our biggest hiring year was maybe 20,000. How many companies do you know that are 20,000 in size, right? So
yeah.
So we put a lot of thinking and research and data behind, evidence behind like.
I was gonna ask you because I used to work at Google for a little bit in 2018.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was at Mountain View in 1350. Do you have like a favorite restaurant or like free food, right? Do they still have free food?
Yeah. What did you do for Google?
I was like working on a project for like it was like one of my first jobs out of university, and like we were basically like transferring data, and like they had their agencies and their advertisers, and just trying to make it align. And it was in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Was one thing I did there.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you worked in the part of Google that funds all that funds all the cool tech. My favorite restaurant. I mean, gosh, like I pinch myself often when I think about how lucky, you know, one could be to have free food. Some people will say that there's an Indian restaurant, and I've tried it twice.
It's called Badal.
Badal.
Oh, you know Badal?
I've been there twice, and
yeah,
people have said it's the best Indian food you can find in the Bay Area. I'm not super sure if that's the case. I really like Zareen's, which you can find in like Redwood City, Palo Alto. No, Zareen's is a Indian Pakistani place. I think that's really good.
Huh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I gained a lot of weight there, man. I mean, at least like 10 pounds at least.
Oh yeah, no,
you know, it's like a buffet every day. It's just you can't help yourself.
Indeed. Yeah.